Breaking on 4 News Now at 6, a priest attacked in the middle of worship, and it was all caught on camera. We'll show you the shocking video and the suspect's violent past.
I'm tracking a band of heavy snow moving through the metro area right now. I'll let you know how much will pile up in the first alert forecast.
And farmers and small businesses are reeling from a sudden freeze on government grants. Find out how much they're now on the hook for coming up. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Let's begin with that breaking news. The Spokane County Regional Health District reporting a child under the age of 5 has died from complications of whooping cough. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Derek Dice. It's the first reported death from whooping coughs in the state since 2011. Health officials say the child had received some doses of the whooping cough vaccine prior to getting sick, but had not had all of the shots. Whooping cough can impact babies and the elderly, and as in this case, it can be deadly. And we've been telling you about the rise of respiratory diseases since the start of flu season.
According to the CDC, there were 6 times as many cases of whooping cough in 2024 compared to 2019. Health experts urge the best way to protect you and your family from getting whooping cough is to stay up to date on vaccines. Also breaking tonight, we have security camera footage of a man attacking a priest last night at the Cathedral of Our Lady of Lourdes in downtown Spokane. While the entire cathedral was shaken by last night's attack, Father David Gaines was able to deflect the punch and did not suffer injuries.
And we now know the man who attacked Father Gaines is Joshua Summers, who has a history of assault. Marissa Rio is at the cathedral now. And Marissa, you spoke with one of the priests who was there last night. What did he tell you?
Well, Derek and Kirsten, as you can imagine, this was absolutely terrifying for everyone here last night. Father Connell, who was at service, said everyone is just happy that Father Gaines is doing okay. In fact, he is inside leading service as we speak. As for last night, Father Connell said he had never seen Sommers, the man who attacked Father Gaines, at service ever before.
But I must say all of us were pretty shaken. You don't expect to see something like that when you're just gathering together to pray and to worship.
The Cathedral of Our Lady of Lourdes, a place of worship, a place where people can find peace. Unfortunately, that peace was overshadowed with violence last night as hundreds of people gathered for the second night of the novena, a holy gathering.
And I've never experienced that. We regularly have issues on the campus with people camping or, panhandling or whatever, and sometimes even little disruptions in church. I've never had anything quite this serious.
Father Connell is referring to this attack here, caught on camera. A man named Joshua James Sommers charged the altar towards the end of last night's novena and attacked one of the priests. Father Gaines deflected the punch, and parishioners, as well as a security guard, were then seen pinning Sommers down. Father Connell was kneeling at the front praying when the attack happened.
I thought it was kind of that situation where the guy was just running into the sanctuary, but clearly it was potentially much more violent and in that sense much more scary. It took me a while to realize that this was pretty serious.
Father Connell said Spokane police responded quickly and Sommers was arrested.
Right after they escorted him out, we all prayed for him. We just stopped the service and prayed for him because, again, whatever demons he was struggling with needed to be healed.
Sommers was arrested last night and booked into the Spokane County Jail under multiple counts of assault. He is expected to make his first appearance in front of a judge tomorrow. As for tonight, Father Connell tells me that they did hire extra officers as security because you just never know. Live in Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
All right, Marissa, thank you. Well, you saw in that live shot some snow falling tonight. We had a few inches today right across the inland northwest.
Yeah, and you'll want to keep those shovels handy because we have more on the way tonight. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to see how much more we're going to get, Chris.
More on the way in progress right now. Here's a look at US 2 at Fairchild Air Force Base, and the roads are ice and snow covered, and it is slow going. Live view here from downtown Spokane, and it is coming down at a pretty good rate, but it has tapered off just a little bit from about 15 minutes ago when it was really snowing. Here's a zoomed in view of our Doppler radar, and where you see those darker blues, that's where we're seeing the heavier snow. In the heaviest band of snow has moved just north of downtown, bringing that snow to the North Division Y. It'll be into Deer Park, Rathdrum, Spirit Lake here shortly, Newport as well. And behind that band of snow, it is pretty quiet. So once the snow does stop at your house, it may not come to a complete halt. We still have the potential for additional snow showers, but we will see the rate decrease quite a bit. By tomorrow morning, this is a look at some of the snowfall totals you can expect right in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. We're going to see some of the heavier totals in the 1 to 2 inch range, but there'll be some pockets where you could see up to 3 inches of snow. Here's a closer view on those snowfall totals through tomorrow morning's commute. Once we get into the evening, our odds of snow decrease substantially, only a 20% chance through about 3 a.m. And it should be pretty well wrapped up by the time the morning commute is underway. 18 degrees to start the day tomorrow, a high of only 29. 37 is our average high, and we will be staying dry in the valleys with a little bit of mountain snow. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, and with all this winter weather we've been having, the snowplows have been busy.
Yeah, our Madeline Mullins tagged along today with one of the Spokane County snowplows to see how they are keeping the roads clear.
If you have ever wondered how the road goes from this to this, it's because of that.
Yeah, they go out every day when we're in a snow event.
And because of people like Kevin Heath. Heath drives one of Spokane County's 28 snowplows.
Yeah, it's probably one of the snowier ones for this season. It's been a pretty light year.
During the winter, the Spokane County Public Works Department and people like Heath's main goal is to keep the roads clear. The Spokane County snowplows are out cleaning up your roads starting at 4 in the morning and going all the way to midnight.
The morning shift is plow trucks, just to try and get the snow off ahead of the morning commute. And then the graders come in, they work from 6 to 2:30, and they're really trying to get down to the asphalt or the gravel, if it's a gravel road, and get the snow and ice that's been compacted off the roadways. And then we also run a night shift.
Keeping the roads clear starts long before snow ever hits the ground.
The liquid de-icer we call prevent, and we primarily put that down ahead of storms so that the snow doesn't stick to the road and we can remove it easier.
And the snowplows will stay long after the snow stops falling.
We've done a lot of like de-icing and cleanup, and yeah, even an inch of snow adds up to a lot of days of doing snow and ice control.
And if you were ever wondering what you can do to make it easier for these snowplows,
They can do to be helpful is obviously if trash cans are back off the curbs and basketball hoops and things like that, and vehicles parked in the roadway. If those can be moved, great.
the more things that are cleared off your road, the easier it is for these snowplows to do their job and keep your roads clear. In Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
Well, one of 3 people convicted of killing a man in downtown Spokane in 2022 has been sentenced. 30-year-old Randy Sloan will spend the next 36 years in prison for his role in the death of Andy Hernandez. Court documents say Sloan, along with 2 others, kidnapped Hernandez from downtown Spokane and killed him. His body was found on a trail in Peaceful Valley.
Well, Spokane neighborhoods will soon see more police officers in their communities. Police Chief Kevin Hall plans to bring back neighborhood resource officers citywide.
It's part of his 2-year plan to make the city safer and officers more accessible. Our Hunter Bertram sat down with the chief this afternoon asking why they're coming back.
In the beginning of 2023, Spokane neighborhood resource officers were reassigned to patrol units to improve response times to calls, but many have wanted them back ever since.
So I just hope this goes quickly because the neighborhoods really want the NROs back.
Pia Hollenberg is the chair of the Riverside Neighborhood Council. That's downtown Spokane. She knows how useful NROs can be.
They were often the officers who knew about the problem houses. They were the officers who knew the street people that caused trouble. The officers were often the first people that people reached out to.
NROs were a service to their community, she tells me, which is what Police Chief Kevin Hall wants his department to be.
But I just want to reiterate that this is a philosophy that's going down to all officers, detectives, command staff, is that we are a community-centered police department.
To achieve that, he's bringing back 7 neighborhood resource officers over the next 2 years.
If this is what the community wants, this is what the community demands. And this is what the community, quite frankly, said, we will put up our money to help facilitate these officers coming back.
The Spokane Public Safety Tax that passed on November's ballot funds their return to our neighborhoods.
Now, it's not going to be an overnight adjustment, Chief Kevin Hall says. He says they're going to roll out these officers slowly. They have to fill those positions first.
So these are tenured officers who are already working on the police department. Some of them were NROs previously.
Then they need to fill the positions that the officers are leaving to become an NRO before the transition. Chief Hall says we'll meet our first NRO by March. In Spokane, Hunter Bertram for News Now.
Well, Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown wants more community events to be held across the city.
To accomplish that goal, she signed an executive order to lower the costs and other barriers that get in the way of establishing new events. According to the city, current city code would double the cost of special event fees this year. Her executive order stops that price increase from going into effect. It also orders departments to find ways to lower impact costs, like ways of lowering overtime for police officers who provide security for the event. The mayor writing, community events are the heartbeat of our city. From Hoop Fest to Bloomsday to Tacos y Tequila, these events bring us together and create lasting connections between locals and visitors.
Well, are you paying for subscriptions you don't even use? Those forgotten charges can add up fast. And if you're not keeping an eye on your bank or credit card statements, there are some apps on your phone that might be charging you too.
Some of them I'm not using, and it's just wasting money.
Well, I put tracking tools recommended by Consumer Reports to the test, and I'll show you how a new rule from the Federal Trade Commission will help keep more money in your pocket tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, starting at 5 o'clock. Still ahead, affordable housing developments are becoming more common across Spokane County, but a new model could change the game.
How spreading homes across neighborhoods could make a difference coming up. Plus, President Trump signs another executive order banning transgender athletes from women's sports. The reaction from both sides of the aisle next on 4 News Now.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+. Sign up for the 4 News Now playbook at KXLY.com.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. I want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you want to do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Where winning is just the beginning.
I'm really grateful to be a first-generation student from my family. The ES scholarship was definitely a game changer.
I never knew how easy it was to start a scholarship. Whatever you can give every year. That's how I sold it to my family. We talked a lot, waiting for somebody else to do it. And so we finally decided, no, we're not going to wait. We're going to do it. Graduating from college, it was not even a dream. That's what Eastern has done. We have to continue that. We have to help this precious institution that changed so many lives.
Injured in a car wreck? Insurance company giving you the runaround? Delays, excuses, and lowball offers. Don't get hurt twice. Get twice the help.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
Winter can take a toll on your heating system, but regular maintenance keeps it running smoothly and saves you money on utilities. At Bill's Heating and AC, we're proud to offer comprehensive maintenance for just $59. And with 24/7 service, you can rest easy knowing we're always here when you need us without breaking the bank. So don't wait for a costly breakdown. Protect your home this season by calling Bill's Heating and AC and schedule your $59 maintenance today.
Individuals, couples, and families, you could get a refund of up to $1,290 back on taxes paid last year, as well as refunds for 2023 and 2022. Learn more at workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
Experience the sound, excitement, and fun of the Rod Stewart Hybrid Tribute live on one magical night at Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, February 20th. Visit cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
Streaming services, music apps, meal kits, and more. So easy to sign up for and so easy to forget about.
Some of them I'm not using, and it's just wasting money.
How can you axe those subscriptions and start saving? 4 News Now tests out tracking tools that offer to do the work for you and shows you easy ways to cancel those subscriptions for good. Kirsten O'Connor reports. Watch tomorrow, only on Good Morning Northwest.
Well, this is video of the moment President Donald Trump signed an executive order banning transgender athletes from participating in women's sports.
It is the third executive action taken by the president that targets the trans community. ABC's Rena Roy shares reactions.
You ready? We'll do a good job.
Yet another sweeping mandate from President Trump targeting transgender Americans. This latest executive order, called Keeping Men Out of Women's Sports, bans transgender athletes from participating in women's sports, fulfilling one of Trump's main campaign promises.
To defend the safety of athletes, protect competitive integrity, and uphold the promise of Title IX. This common sense action from President Trump ends the disgusting betrayal of women and girls.
The signing ceremony featuring athletes and coaches who support the order, which mandates immediate enforcement against schools and athletic associations that they say deny women single-sex sports and single-sex locker rooms.
From now on, women's sports will be only for women.
The White House also demanding organizations like the NCAA change their rules. If universities don't comply, the White House warning they could lose federal funding and also face legal action. Critics worry the order will only lead to increased discrimination and harassment.
This has never really been about trans people in sports, and particularly trans women and girls in sports. This has always been about trying to erase us from society.
The ACLU is already suing the Trump administration over a different executive order blocking gender-affirming care for those under 19 years old.
This is part of a wide range of attacks on the trans community everywhere in their lives. Their passports, their athletic fields, schools, and now their doctor's offices. Trans people belong in every community, in every family, in every school, and so demonizing them is not part of, I think, the American promise.
The executive order also directs the Secretary of State to push for changes within the International Olympic Committee to maintain single-sex competition. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Well, the governing body of high school sports in Washington, the WIAA, says transgender athletes will continue to be allowed to participate in girls' sports, at least for now, saying in a statement, until the association sees full language of an executive order and conducts further legal review, its impact on participation in Washington public schools is unknown. The effects of another one of President Trump's executive orders is currently being felt here in the Inland Northwest. The president's Unleash American Energy Plan order froze billions of dollars in federal funds that came from two Biden-era bills. These are funds farmers and small businesses relied on for new technology and energy upgrades.
Since that moment, none of our customers can get reimbursed for projects that they've already built.
And those projects are expensive. We'll show you how this is affecting the local agricultural community coming up a little bit later at 6:30.
Here's a look now at the road conditions in Meade. We're getting reports throughout the region of stop-and-go traffic and very dangerous road conditions right around the Spokane area. It is tough out there. Good night to be inside watching 4 News Now. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Holiday Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
The Ford F-150 redefines working remotely. There's a desk inside the cab, a tailgate work surface out back, and available Pro Power on board to plug in what you need. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Make this Valentine's Day unforgettable. Enter the My Forever Valentine Contest with a chance to win a $100 gift card. Share your sweetest picture on KXLY.com and enter to win. Celebrate love with My Forever Valentine. Brought to you by BECU and the Eat Good Group.
Get ready for the concert event of the summer. On the road again. Catch Willie Nelson and family. Bob Dylan. Billy Strings. And more at the Outlaw Music Festival's 10th anniversary tour, May 22nd, One Spokane Stadium. Pre-sale for City Card members now through Thursday at 10 p.m. before the general public on sale Friday at 10 a.m. Get tickets at ticketswest.com.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Your home is more than a place, it's a feeling, a reflection of who you are. And at the Tin Roof, we believe furniture should do more than fill a room. It should inspire it. From timeless dining tables to sofas you can sink into and decor that tells your story, every piece is thoughtfully curated to make your space feel effortlessly you. Because it's not just furniture, it's where memories are made, where comfort lives, and where life happens. It's more than furniture, it's a feeling.
The Ford F-150 redefines working remotely. There's a desk inside the cab, a tailgate work surface out back, and available Pro Power on board to plug in what you need. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Four things to know about your weather. Light snow tonight. Once this very narrow band of heavy snow moves through, 1 to 2 inches in the Spokane metro area, pockets up to 3. Below average temperatures will continue in our forecast, and it is going to get even colder next week. Let's take a look at current conditions right now in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. We're only in the mid-20s with snow in both locations. Here we are zoomed in on our radar, and you can see that band of heavier snow paralleling I-90 mainly. It is moving to the north, so it is going to be impacting Spirit Lake, Newport, and eventually Sandpoint, and there's not a lot coming behind it. So once it clears, we should be in pretty good shape other than an occasional light round of snow. A winter weather advisory in effect for the panhandle of Idaho through 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. 1 to 3 inches of snow with up to 4 inches in some spots. Our forecast radar showing that snow is going to begin tapering off, and by, here we go, 7, 8 in the morning, almost completely gone, other than a few mountain showers in North Idaho. I think Thursday is going to be a pretty nice day, but it is going to be cold. You'll have a chance to catch up on your shoveling. High temperature trend, you're going to want to shovel because we're going to be down below freezing through the 7-day forecast, and you'll notice early next week it gets even colder. Tomorrow's highs will be right around freezing in Coeur d'Alene, 29 in Spokane. We'll be in the 20s in Sandpoint, Bonners Ferry, and Colville. Thursday's highs right around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. 32 in Spokane Valley, 31 in Meade and downtown and Spangle. Here is your planning forecast. Tomorrow will be mostly dry, so will Friday, other than maybe an isolated flurry or two. We have a 30% chance of measurable snow on Saturday, but right now it doesn't look like it is going to be particularly impactful. A slight chance of snow Sunday and Monday, and then that cold moves in with some overnight lows down in the single digits.
Ooh, that's going to be cold. All right, Chris, thank you. Well, a new medical clinic is now open in Spokane's West Central Community Center.
We'll show you some of the services it provides coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's the Hard Knocks Life for us. One of the most popular musicals of all time is back. See Annie, Broadway's favorite orphan, live on stage in an all-new production, hailed by the Chicago Tribune as one of the best family musicals ever written. Annie is back to spread hope for all the hard knocks life throws your way. So clear away those sorrows and get your tickets to Annie today.
February 28th through March 2nd at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Tickets on sale now at BroadwaySpokane.com.
I've been writing STA since I moved to Spokane about a year ago. I have a very busy schedule as a medical professional, and my experience writing STA has been absolutely wonderful. Here in Spokane, you have a wonderful resource, which, in my opinion, pretty much rivals that in some of the big cities that I've lived in. My whole family writes STA. It saves you money, time, and a lot of headaches. You should give it a try. It's great.
BECU was happy to award the People Helping People Award to Feast World Kitchen.
The mission of Feast World Kitchen is to elevate and empower former refugees and immigrants. We use international food as the platform for people to build skills and share their culture with Spokane.
You don't even have to travel to a different country. You just come here, experience the food.
BECU is just really proud to partner with Feast World Kitchen as they further the mission in Spokane.
There's a craze going on right now with medically assisted weight loss. If you want a safe, reliable, and honest experience, you need to call Spokane Wellness Group today. Our staff will pick up the phone when you call. They'll answer all of your questions. They'll facilitate the doctor to give you your dosage and prescription. Once you get your prescription, we don't just leave you. We're there to walk you through that and help you reach that goal for weight loss. That's what we want for them. We're there to help them.
Where would you get engaged? At our most spectacular historic hotel? On the prairie? On a mountaintop? Wherever you get engaged, we want to help you mark your moment. Tracy Jewelers, where Spokane gets engaged since 1950.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Cal Superstore in Airway Heights.
Well, time is running out on Washington's housing crisis. 1.1 million new homes in less than 20 years is what the Washington Department of Commerce says is needed to address our state's affordable housing crisis.
A recent investment from the agency will create homeownership opportunities for more than 100 families across the state. Here in Spokane, those funds will be used to build homes in scattered sites. Alexandra Cohenyard shares what the new model looks like and how some say this can help revitalize our neighborhoods.
Affordable housing developments like this one have become common throughout Spokane County. The reason? It's cost effective. But what if affordable homes were spread out across the region instead of just a concentrated area? That is what a scattered site model would look like.
But by providing rehab opportunities in neighborhoods, not only can families stay where perhaps they grew up or where their communities exist, but it also ensures that these homes will remain permanently affordable and will not fall into market speculation and further gentrification.
And it is in regular neighborhoods like Hilliard that these new homes will be. Right behind me, you can see one of the lots the Habitat for Humanity Spokane has purchased, thanks to this grant. And a nearly $18 million investment from the State Department of Commerce is helping Habitat for Humanity Spokane's scattered site come to life. Another 16 projects are being funded by this grant, providing 45 new affordable home opportunities for families in Eastern Washington, out of which 11 are in Spokane County. How these homes can help our community thrive?
It helps to build a vibrant community. It helps people to connect with their neighbors. It helps people to feel more entrenched in their community, more validated in their community, more connected.
The most recent funding round for the State Department of Commerce's home ownership program had a record number of applicants, showing the demand in our state. Habitat for Humanity, one of the lucky few to be chosen as a recipient, says although the number of homes being built might seem small, the impact can go a long way.
These homes will remain permanently affordable, which is wonderful because then we can also look at, these neighborhoods in a way that everyone can have access and everyone can have an opportunity to thrive.
Spokane, Alexandra Cohenyard, 4 News Now.
Well, we have much more coming up tonight at 6:30.
Including the impact of President Trump's freeze on federal grants on local farmers and small businesses.
And take a listen to what WSU head football coach Jimmy Rogers had to say on the new Coug 2025 recruiting class.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
From solid wood cabinets to designer patterned carpets and Italian-made tiles for exotic looks, Brothers Flooring and Design in Spokane and Post Falls has been helping homeowners discover fun, new products to remodel and improve their kitchens, bedrooms, and bathrooms for almost 10 years.
At Brothers Flooring and Design, we don't want you just to like your floors, we want you to love them.
At Brothers Flooring, we make it beautiful.
Magical moments. Snowy adventures. Warming up. Making memories. A winter wonderland. The perfect close-by getaway this winter is Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Find countless ways to play and plan your escape at cdawinter.com.
3 for 33 is back. Just in time for the season, we've brought back the popular 3 for 33 menus at select Adam Hegstead restaurants. Choose your favorite appetizer, entree, and dessert for just $33. Get your 3 for 33 at Honey and Coeur d'Alene, Republic at Post Falls, Baba in Kendall Yards, and Frances in the Perry District. Reservations and walk-ins welcome. See the full 3 for 33 menus at eatgoodgroup.com.
Order up.
At Findlay Downtown Toyota, we're kicking off 2025 with a bang. Giving you the biggest value for your trade-in we've ever offered to get you behind the wheel of a new Tundra or sporty Tacoma truck. And if you want to upgrade to a new RAV4 or maybe a more reliable pre-owned vehicle, we're delaying all payments for 3 months. Plus again, $2,025 over Kelly Blue Book value for your trade-in. So you can start the new year off right with a new Toyota from Findlay.
Next ET, which is like an iconic cinematic experience. Our first look at Jonathan Bailey and Scarlett Johansson in Jurassic World Rebirth. Plus, the Flip-Off trio are
thrilling the ET.
Next ET.
Watch 4 News now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Are you ready for some football? GMA at the Super Bowl. It's going to be super.
All this week.
It's Super Bowl week on Good Morning America, and I'll be there.
All Super Bowl week long.
Here I come.
GMA at the Super Bowl. Here we come, New Orleans.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
All right, here's a live look over downtown Spokane where snow has already calmed down over the last half hour. But don't worry, we have more on the way.
Yeah, I'll send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to see how much snow we're going to get.
Well, the heaviest snow is behind us now. Anything we get now will be very light, and it is still snowing very lightly here in downtown Spokane. I have to look into the street lights to see, but it is still snowing. We see some heavier snow in progress as we head into North Idaho. Here's Hayden, and you can tell here, the street lights are the best way to see where the snow is coming down. Some big flakes there in Hayden, and obviously the roadway is covered in snow, and I'm getting reports throughout the entire region of difficult travel. Here's the view in Sandpoint where the snow is picking up in intensity there at US 2 and Boyer. They do a good job keeping this clear, but it's sticking right now, making for a difficult drive. Zoomed in on Doppler radar, here we are in downtown. The heavier band of snow has lifted north of downtown, but is still impacting I-90 from Spokane Valley through Coeur d'Alene. Things are picking up in Deer Park, and that will be moving into Spirit Lake and Newport later this evening. Not a lot behind this initial band of snow, so anything that we get additionally will be fairly light and hit and miss because our odds of snow taper off almost to nothing by 11 o'clock tonight, and will be dry across the region. Just have to shovel tomorrow morning. Mostly cloudy skies for Thursday, a high of 29. 37 is our average high. Now, for many places, this is the most snow we've seen all winter, and we've got a long ways to go to get close to a normal winter. Matt Gray picks up our team coverage with why it took so long for so many of us to see this snow, Matt.
And yeah, winter is truly here for many places that basically hadn't seen a whole lot this year. A large swath of our area, including some viewer pictures sent on the 4 News Now weather app to us today. Thanks to John in Pullman, thanks to Trish in Dalton Gardens, where we've really had to break out the snow fighting gear in many of these communities for the first time. And look at all that snow that we have seen over the past 3 days, estimated from our live Doppler radar. Multiple days in a row with 1 inch of snow or more for the very first time this year in Spokane. And with the cooler temperatures, that snow is going to be sticking around. Now, including the last 3 days, Spokane has had 8 total days this winter with over 1 inch of recorded snow. Guess how many of those days had a high temperature below freezing? A high temperature below freezing. Only 2. Yesterday and today. If the snow melts on the sidewalk by lunchtime, why bother even shoveling? So if you really just turned a shovel yesterday, you are definitely not alone in that department. Through the first week of January, average temperatures this snow season were the warmest in about 70 years. Now, once we got past the first week of January, it got a lot cooler, but we also didn't have much wet weather. It was cool, but it was sunny. It was beautiful. Of course, that has all changed here at the start of this month. The story, even more extreme outside of Spokane in other more southern parts of the inland Northwest. Lewiston didn't see measurable snow this winter until yesterday, and now they've got 5 to 6 inches of snow that they got between Tuesday morning and Wednesday morning. And a lot of other places saw quite a bit here as well from the morning snow reports. Both Lewiston and Spokane still have a lot of ground to make up after that warm start to winter. You know, looking at it here, this may actually be able to get somewhat close here. The whole total for the year, Lewiston averages about 12 inches. Less so in Spokane. Seems a little bit less favorable even with more weather like we're seeing now. But hey, at least the mountains are good, right? Except they didn't get snow for rain or snow, excuse me, for 3 weeks either. So we'll have to look at the snowpack. We'll do that tomorrow on 4 News Now.
All right, Matt, thank you. Well, a new clinic in West Central Spokane is hoping to connect with patients who aren't able to connect with other doctors.
Yeah, Asante Health aims to create a welcoming place at the West Central Community Center. Derek Strom spoke with the clinic's doctor about his journey to opening his own practice.
When patients come to see me, I'm not just looking at them as a commodity.
Dr. Jeffrey Mwangi opened Asante Health over the summer after practicing medicine in Spokane for over 10 years. Dr. Mwangi is a Kenyan immigrant, and he says it can be very difficult for patients to find a minority doctor in the inland Northwest.
Patients would come in, especially patients of color. They would come in, and I've had some patients cry because they have a provider that looks like them, that understands them, that listens to them.
Dr. Mwangi says the clinic sees about 3 to 4 patients per day, but he hopes to get that number up to around 10 to 15. He says the clinic is open to people of all ages, and it works with people who don't have health insurance.
And Asante Health, we believe that your health is your wealth, and it will help you guard it. So if you have any health issue, remember it is Asante Health service.
Dr. Mwangi says building up a strong rapport with his patients and setting aside a lot of time for them are both goals of his clinic, and he says that can be extremely difficult to find with many other medical providers.
So many people who are out there that they're sick, they don't trust their provider, or maybe the whole aspect of going to a clinic or a hospital is overwhelming, but we want to make this clinic very friendly.
Dr. Mwangi wants his clinic to be an open door for anyone who has medical needs, and he believes healthcare should be a right and not a privilege. His clinic offers anything from a regular checkup and physical to care for infants and children to small procedures or referrals to specialists if needed. If you want to reach out to Asante Health, you can find a link on our website. In Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
Well, on his first day in office, President Donald Trump signed an executive order which pauses hundreds of billions of dollars worth of funding from 2 Biden-era bills.
Those bills provided grants to farmers and small businesses to upgrade equipment and technology. But now people who started these million-dollar investments are on the hook for the entire cost, even though they qualified for a grant. Jordan Smith is here to break it all down.
Let's say you wanted to invest in solar panels like these for your farm, and the entire project costs you $1 million. The good news is you were approved for a grant which would cut the cost in half. So you begin the project, you pay out of pocket knowing that the grant that you were approved for will reimburse your costs. Well, President Trump's executive order here effectively freezes that money, meaning all of a sudden you're on the hook for it.
Since that moment, none of our customers can get reimbursed for projects that they've already built.
David Funk is one of many who is frustrated and confused by this unprecedented move by President Trump. Funk is the president of Zero Emissions Northwest, or ZEN, a company that works with farmers and small business owners to help them save energy. And that includes helping them navigate the grant process.
So it was quite a shock to us, but mainly to our customers. We've done a lot of the work, but our farmers that we support have spent millions of dollars on projects that they are expecting to get reimbursed. And these projects make their farms better.
According to Funk, his clients have $1.9 million worth of projects under construction and are collectively waiting on $250,000 in reimbursements. Funk has had to furlough 3 employees because of this abrupt freeze. As Trump's team reviews funding from these bills, all Funk and his clients can do is wait.
In the meantime, David is helping businesses who were approved for these grants navigate the next steps. This executive order was signed back on January 20th and lasts 90 days unless a judge steps in to block it. For 4 News Now, I'm Jordan Smith. I'll send it back to you.
Well, the Coeur d'Alene School District is deciding whether to remove 150 books from its libraries.
Yeah, those books were submitted by parents along with reasons why they believe they are harmful to kids. In order to comply with a new state law, the district is evaluating these books and deciding whether to ban them. Idaho's new harmful to minors law went into effect in July. It states that school districts have 60 days to review these titles and determine whether they need to be removed completely or put in a restricted section. Katie Grotman, curriculum coordinator for the school district, says this new process is difficult and takes time and careful consideration.
We all want what's best for kids. We all want to ensure that they have access to worthy reading materials that will provide them opportunities to learn and grow.
On the state level, the country's big 5 publishers are joining authors, teachers, and more in a new lawsuit. They say that the law offers too broad of a definition of harmful and more specifically sexual content. Well, we are only a couple of days away from the finish of the GSL regular season for basketball.
And one team stands alone at the top of the 4A boys standings.
So Gonzaga Prep Bull Pups, perfect 8-0 so far in league play. And stick with us after the break. Hear more about the Bull Pups' return to the summit.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mysticwa Casino Hotel in Chewelah.
The 2025 Boat Show. 2025 boats in stock. Always the best for less. Like this Tri-Tune 150 horse with trailer. At Coeur d'Alene Marine Sports. You owe it to yourself to see us before you buy. Coeur d'Alene Marine Sports, your pontoon superstore.
It's a great time to improve your sleep and pay less during the President's Day mattress event at Walker's. Enjoy the best selection of all your favorite mattress brands. And when you purchase select Serta, Beautyrest, Purple, or Heirloom mattresses, you'll get up to $300 of free furniture and free mattress delivery. Plus, enjoy 5 years no-interest financing, making it the perfect time to improve your sleep for less. This week at all Walker's Furniture locations.
Welcome to Parker Toyota, the Toyota Truck Center of the Northwest. Our inventory has never been better with a huge selection from stock to fully customized trucks.
And now you can choose between a gas or hybrid powertrain. So whether you're looking for great MPGs or a 12,000-pound towing capacity, we have the truck for you.
Check out the all-new Toyota Tacoma and Tundra at your locally owned Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
With a P1 FCU Ascend checking account, you get more than great dividends. Imagine having an entire branch in your pocket. Who needs a checkbook when you have a digital wallet? The only thing I check these days are my dividends.
Earn 3.5% APY. Access your account anytime, anywhere. Simplify your life and start earning more with Ascend Checking. Get yours today at p1fcu.org/ascend.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Wherever you need us, American On Site.
The 2025 Boat Show. 2025 boats in stock. Always the best for less. Like this Tri-Tune 150 horse with trailer. At Coeur d'Alene Marine Sports. You owe it to yourself to see us before you buy. Coeur d'Alene Marine Sports, your pontoon superstore.
National Signing Day has officially arrived for Washington State and the rest of the college football world. The Cougs welcoming 18 new freshmen into their folds today. The Cougs will have a total of 57 new players next season, including the transfer portal and older commits from previous head coach Jake Dicker. Now, despite no 4- or 5-star players on this list, the Cougs class is the 4th best in the last decade, and head coach Jimmy Rogers spoke today on what he sees out of his first class on the Palouse.
How we do things here and how we try to develop, you know, the mental side of things, the personal side of things. I feel really good about how they're going to develop here, just who they are and how competitive they seem to be at the current moment of where we're at right now and in the spring season.
Washington State now preps for spring ball, the annual Crimson and Gray game coming up at an undetermined date, likely in mid to late April. Fall kickoff begins with hosting the Idaho Vandals this August. When Gonzaga Prep boys basketball lost returners Nate Christie and Dylan Groves for the year this offseason, the climb back to the top of the GSL and back into state would not be so simple, but the Bullpups are a perfect 8-0 in league play with just one game to go to achieve that perfection. And even shorthanded this season, they found a way to win over the best of the GSL, including a huge win over the Mount Spokane Wildcats, helping ensure the Bullpups finish ahead in the league race. Head coach Matt McIntyre and the team spoke with us today on the journey it's taken to get back to the top.
Yeah, I think the guys have definitely surpassed expectations coming into the season, but it's a really tight-knit group. They're super connected. They're very smart, and so it's been a really enjoyable group to coach and fun ride so far.
Prep hasn't boasted a perfect season in district play since the 2018-19 season. That year was their first of a back-to-back state championship run. They host Ferris this Friday at 7 p.m. Washington State women's basketball has 3 home and 3 road games to go in their regular season. They get this Thursday off before a tough test at Gonzaga on Saturday. The Cougs fell by 8 to the Zags in Pullman about a month ago. Eleanor Villa hit 5 threes. Defense forcing a whopping 22 Zag turnovers, but they shot poorly from the free throw line and got out-rebounded 45-22. With this added break, head coach Cammie Etheridge spoke with the media today on how the Cougs can get to use that advantage ahead of such a tough game.
Just feels like a real needed time for us to get a break. I mean, we were running on fumes, I think. Just wanting people to stay healthy and as much as we can and you know, be in it for a long haul on this last stretch that we have.
Wazoo tips off against the Zags Saturday at 2 p.m. in Spokane. Cougs trying to end the Zags' 9-game winning streak. Now, we can't wait to get to all of these games this weekend. Tonight, we're going to have more on the Bullpup boys' conclusion of the regular season high school basketball. Coming up so fast, I can't believe it.
Should be a fun crowd for that Zags Cougs women's game for sure.
Very fun.
All right, thanks, Jack. Around the nation, 2 local lawmakers are joining forces to demand a hearing on Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency having access to sensitive information from the U.S. Treasury Department.
Washington Senator Maria Cantwell and Idaho Senator Mike Crapo, along with 17 other lawmakers, say DOJ could put people's information at risk. In a joint letter, they write the Treasury Department's Bureau of Fiscal Services payment systems control the flow of more than $6 trillion in annual payments to households, businesses, and other entities nationwide. Putting the system in the hands of unaccountable political actors raises significant economic and national security risks.
James Richmond took advantage of the snow today to capture this beautiful image of some swans out enjoying the snow with some buddies in the background. Beautiful photo for Wildlife Wednesday. I'll have more photos for you and your 7-day forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
I think this is my favorite. Okay, what do you think of this one?
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower remodel.
Why wait? The President's Day sale is here early at all Walker's Furniture stores with store-wide discounts and fast delivery. Now is the time to upgrade and save or enjoy 0% interest financing this week at Walker's.
What's more powerful than an unexpected storm?
insurance that helps clean it up. Western National Insurance. That's the power of nice.
Here at Coeur d'Alene Honda, we're more than just a car dealership. We're family. For the past 53 years, we've been proudly serving our community.
We offer the best vehicles with a nationwide lifetime warranty.
From coast to coast, we've got you covered.
Whether you're looking for an affordable used car, we're looking to upgrade to a new Honda. We're here to make the process simple and stress-free.
It's not just about selling cars.
We give back to local charities and support our community. And don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
I've been dealing with my weight issues for all my life. I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to stay home and just be a couch potato. I wanted to have a fresh start. Spokane Wellness Group has helped me stay on track. When I started losing the weight, then I felt more comfortable. I feel wonderful right now because I've lost 65 pounds. It doesn't take me 10 minutes to walk across the parking garage anymore. I would encourage anybody to go to the Spokane Wellness Group. They stay with you every step of the way.
Make this Valentine's Day unforgettable. Enter the My Forever Valentine Contest with a chance to win a $100 gift card. Share your sweetest picture on KXLY.com and enter to win. Celebrate love with My Forever Valentine. Brought to you by BECU and the Eat Good Group.
So what do you think about these?
We're going to take everything.
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower remodel.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
Welcome back. It's Wednesday, and that means it's time to look at some really cute pictures of animals from across the inland Northwest.
But first, we need to talk about the snow that's currently making its way across our area. Let's send it over to Chris Crocker with your first alert forecast.
Yes, here is the view of US 95 and Lancaster, excuse me, in Hayden. And as you can see, it is slow going. Boy, if you do not need to head out tonight, would be a good night to stay indoors and watch Channel 4. Meanwhile, we'll take a close look now at Sandpoint. This is US 2 and Boyer. Similar scene. The snow is coming down. It is snowing and sticking to the roads, but the heavier snow has moved out of Spokane. You may get a flurry or two yet this evening, but for the most part, we will have not much more accumulation. It's snowing heavily in Deer Park, moving into Rathdrum, Spirit Lake. Things will be picking up there soon as well. Again, once that band of heavier snow pushes its way into Bonner County, into Pend Oreille County, we will begin clearing out with only a few isolated snow showers behind it. Our high temperature trend over the next 7 days will show you that snow is not going to melt. It is yours to keep for a while, and we may add a little bit to it here and there. And then look toward the end of our 7-day forecast. We start cooling down even more, and that trend holds February 13th through the 19th, calling for below average temperatures and above average precipitation. Now, by that time, our average high will be in the lower 40s. So that doesn't necessarily mean all snow, but I think we're going to put some snow down. We certainly are if we get any precipitation over the next 7 days, with those highs below freezing, overnight lows in the teens and potentially even the single digits as we get into next week. Right before the snow started flying, hours before, Mark Vogt captured this amazing photo. This one should be an award winner of a cow moose nibbling the very top of those dogwood branches. That's the most tender part, and very pretty white teeth. Looks like she's had some orthodontia. Kazu Crumpleman shared this photo of a sweet little yellow rumped warbler, a beautiful bird. Thank you, Kazu. I love it. And one of my all-time favorites, a snowy owl in flight at dusk. Just a gorgeous photo of an incredible creature from also one of my all-time favorites, Courtney Litwin, and that is Wildlife Wednesday, and we'll have a little bit of a tricky drive home tonight on those roads. Wish we could just fly home like a snowy owl, Derek.
Well, some great picks as always, Chris. Well, February may be the shortest month of the year, but it's one that's packed full of opportunities to save big.
ABC's Jacqueline Lee has the details on what to shop for and what to skip.
Between the Super Bowl, Valentine's Day, and President's Day, shoppers can expect plenty of deals this February. For football fans looking to upgrade their television set before the big game, you're in luck.
The Consumer Electronics Show is just in January, and so retailers are getting ready to show all the biggest and the brightest with all the bells and whistles.
If you're entertaining on game day, retailers will be offering discounts on football-themed items, food platters, and even some appliances like air fryers or electric grills. And don't forget to grab a gift for your sweetheart this Valentine's Day. There will be plenty of discounts on giftable items like jewelry, flowers, and candy.
Just be mindful. Sometimes the prices are a little bit inflated and then discounted off of the inflated price. So make sure to shop around.
For President's Day weekend, expect to see sales in the home category.
This can be anything from small and large home appliances, mattresses, furniture. You often don't see a lot of advance notice of the deals, and they tend to kick off on that Friday right before President's Day.
Also, keep an eye out for clearance level discounts on winter outerwear and sports gear. As for what you should avoid,
aside from TVs, the tech category for me is not very strong in February, so that's something I would wait on. Unfortunately, the best deals in tech will pop up again in July, but obviously right before Mother's Day and Father's Day, you might see some activity.
Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
All right, before we go to break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup for your Wednesday night.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Shifting Gears is TV's #1 new comedy.
Carter, drop it.
And tonight,
I'm here to see Riley and the kids.
her husband's back.
You look beautiful, Riley.
New Shifting Gears, tonight on ABC.
Where would you get engaged? At our most spectacular historic hotel? On the prairie? On a mountaintop? Wherever you get engaged, we want to help you mark your moment. Tracy Jewelers, where Spokane gets engaged since 1950.
It's the President's Day mattress event at Walker's, where this week, when you purchase select mattresses, you'll get up to $300 of free furniture and free mattress delivery. Plus, enjoy no-interest financing for 5 years. This week at Walker's.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
I was suicidal all the time, thinking about it nonstop, every day, every moment.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. At NeuroStim TMS, we treat the root of the problem with a series of short daily treatments. Using a non-invasive magnetic field, TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
The treatment just completely, fundamentally changed my life.
Visit neurostimtms.com today or call to schedule your free consultation at any of our 12 Washington state locations.
RV show pricing continues now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake. Yes, every RV in stock at R&R RV Liberty Lake is show priced. You'll save thousands with rebates and show discounts on Cougar, Rockwood, Montana, Class B vans, and more. Everything show priced. Now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake. Shop online at rnrrv.com or visit R&R RV in Liberty Lake, Eastern Washington's largest RV dealer.
4 News Now is brought to you by Kerner Furniture.
All right, coming up tonight on Nightside, statewide changes are coming to the Parents' Rights in Education initiative. What that means for your child's schooling and your access to their information, that's new tonight on Nightside at 11 o'clock.
If the snow has stopped at your house in Spokane, you might pretty much be done. You could see an additional light accumulation overnight, but if you really are itching to shovel, go ahead. You might need to do a little more in the morning, but I think the bulk of it is over.
Pretty safe, right? You might just have a little dusting or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Matt Gray was talking about a new push.
We're all obsessed with his push shovel, yeah.
See, I had to love it.